Hey guys, we're coming today from Mummert Y Block, and we're here to talk about Ford's adjustable rocker arm adjuster. Now, this rocker arm adjuster was used from 1952 to 1971, and it initially came out in the 223 six-cylinder and the Lincoln Y Block in the early year 1952, and ended up making it all the way to the Boss 429, ending somewhere around 1971. And I'll bet this adjuster looks pretty familiar to some of you Y-Block fans out there. So other notable engines include the Lincoln Y-Block, obviously the Ford Y-Block, solid lifter versions of the FEs, Falcon 6-cylinders, even I think the 1963 Indy pushrod engine and the Tunnel Port 302s in 1968 had the same adjusters. So what we're here to do today is to tell you about our new adjuster. This is a really nice adjuster we're having made these days. But before we do that, we'll go into it a little bit more on how we got there. So Ford started out making a long version of this adjuster, and it's a V-bottom thread, so that means that not this one, sorry. This one here, you can see the nut just slides along. It's a two-piece adjuster and jam nut. Has Ford's traditional 360 ball. It's commonly referred to as 3/8, but the Fords were actually 360 thousandths. They ended up about here somewhere with what's called the interference. No jam nut required. We don't make any versions, and we don't use these. We just, they work good for what they were for. They were good for making adjustments, valve adjustments at the dealership quick, but they are significantly softer than these versions, Rockwell hardness, and they have a lot of problems coming loose. You know, they won't hold adjustment anymore, and it's hard to find you can't find anything new. It's hard to find any new ones of these or good versions. Anything you could find would be some old NOS pieces. But in performance, as you can see, they ended up with an adjuster and a jam nut. And since most of the stuff we're dealing with today is some form of performance, whether it be nice mild street builds all the way to, you know, drag racing, we stick with the two-piece system. So there's some aftermarket things out there that you can look at. You know, this is a very high quality aftermarket adjuster, but the reason we're showing you this is because this actually has a real 3/8 ball on it, and the real 3/8 balls are not compatible with OEM Ford push rods. The OEM Ford push rods will actually kind of pinch off the sides of this ball, and they will not let oil get through around the cup and ball, and they will actually start to cause real wear issues around the sides of a large ball adjuster like this. So if you're going to use one of the aftermarket true 3/8 ball adjusters, then you have to have compatible aftermarket push rods. This particular adjuster right here is from a popular camshaft manufacturing company. The ball size is correct. They did get the 360 size ball. This adjuster is proven to be fairly durable. But the real problem that we've had with this particular adjuster is that when they broached for the Allen key here, they did not deburr the bottom. And it would leave about 5 or 6 fingers down in the bottom of there that as soon as you fired up your engines, they basically would break out and they would sprinkle themselves all over the valve train area. And when you'd pull your rocker cover off to check your valve lash, you would find all these little metallic particles and wonder where they came from. And it made a lot of people nervous. So what we would do is get a drill bit, go down in here and auger all these out, clean them out, blow them out. It was just a big pain. So even though this rocker arm adjuster proved to be decent, it just still has issues. This thing here is just a no-go from the start. It looks like one of the interference adjusters from Ford's late 50s on, but it's a V-bottom thread. And the V-bottom thread, you can see, lets the nut go freely. This is not how they were. They were flat bottom threads. They didn't have jam nuts. This is just it's an import imposter. It's bad metallurgy. They worn out really quick. We just stay away from these. So when it comes to our adjuster, what we want to talk about are a few key elements of this. This is the version that we've had made, and it's based on Ford's final variant, which was the 1/420 length, like that came, like I said, in the Y blocks and the solid lifter FEs, and made it all the way to the Boss 429. This has the 1/420 length, straight blade screw head, 360 ball adjuster. Now, with ours, we're using 8620 steel, which is an improved version of steel. It's much stronger than the Ford. The other thing here to mention is that these have rolled threads, not cut threads. Rolled threads are significantly stronger, make the base and root of the thread a much more what I would call perfect cut. It doesn't have chatter. Like if you really look under a microscope on a cut thread, you will see chatter and little flaws and imperfections where things can start. These are rolled threads. And they do have the correct 360 diameter Ford ball, and they are compatible with all the rocker arms and engines that we talked about. So if you're looking for an OEM replacement, high quality Ford solid lifter rocker arm adjuster, let us know and we'll help you guys get what you need. So thank you. If you liked the video, hit like, subscribe, and we'll come back with more.